doesn't hurt me. You wanna feel how it feels. You wanna know that it doesn't hurt me. You wanna hear about the deal I'm making. You and me. And if I only could make a deal with God, get him to swap our places, be running up that road, be running up.
Especially down in the South Central, we have a lot going on. We have severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, in fact last night, and also in the Northeast, we are seeing some snow showers along with the system out here in the Midwest. Let's start there right now. You can see we have some severe thunderstorm warnings, all thanks to a counterclockwise rotation, and you can see that a low is spinning up. This will be moving into the northwest, and it will be producing a huge storm for the northeast. And I'll bring this over so you can get a little better perspective. You can see this huge, massive low pressure system out here that will be moving up into near Canada and then pushing cooler air down into the United States. Let's take a look at those current temperatures right now. They're basically in the 30s in northern New England, while they're in the 90s down there in Texas. So we are really seeing a lot out of this, guys. So basically, the entire country is really getting whacked out with the extreme temperatures. Basically, where it's snowing, they're in the 30s. Take a look at Connecticut, they're in the 40s. We really didn't get out of the 40s at all today. So that's where we basically stand for today, 40s and 50s for Connecticut. Now, something that's new, Tropical Storm Richard. It is expected to become a hurricane, currently 45 miles per hour, minimum central pressure at 1,005 millibars, and moving west at 5 miles per hour. And look at this, we have Invest 90 out here, has a 40% chance of tropical formation, and a 10% chance as well. Now let's take a look at another big story out here, the severe weather. And we'll get to this red box and everything in a minute, but you can see currently, as I just showed you in the radar, it is really firing up out here. So the slight risk today is going to be South Central. Tomorrow, that's on my website. That's at www.wxb.blogspot.com under the weather tab right here. Just click on severe, and it'll show you day 3, day 2, day 1 to day 7. So now let's get the latest today. Slight risk for basically portions of the Midwest and South Central. We have a tornado watch, 702 in effect, for portions of Oklahoma and Texas. No mesoscale discussions, and we have no reports today, which is kind of strange, to be honest with you, because we've been seeing a tornado watch go in effect, and I'm surprised we didn't see any reports yet. Now let's take a look at the models. Yeah, this is what the GFS was showing quite a while ago, but you can see the 0-degree line well away from New England, so we really aren't thinking this to be a snowstorm in particular. But this is towards the end of the month, where we typically see a big portion of our storms. So now let's go back to the beginning of this, and you can see it's going to be very chilly the next couple of days. But that 0-degree line moves northward. We could be getting some rain in here by Tuesday, and it all clears out. But massive system, and look where this is from. All from the storm in South Central, making a huge impact elsewhere in the United States. Oh, not really want to show that or that. Let's take a look at the temperatures out there for the next couple of days. Basically, today it was in the 30s. As you can see here in Connecticut, 40s and 30s. Very chilly air. Cool Canadian air. High pressure is dominating. So we really aren't seeing that much rain. Now 18Z tomorrow, you can see around 2 p.m., it's going to be warming up into the 60s. So you can see this high. Watch where it's going. We go through into Sunday, 18Z. It's getting a little warmer. Why? The high is more offshore. Now let's go into Monday. Look at that. 70s in portions of New York and portions of Massachusetts. We really don't want to call this a Bermuda high because it's not the summertime. But I guess you could. It is filtering in some very warm air, and we take a look. It's going to get even warmer on Tuesday as that high keeps moving on out, and this massive, massive, massive storm develops. By Wednesday, it's still warm here in the 60s. Look what happens. Look at this cool down. The majority of the country. This is around 8 a.m., guys. Look at this. Negatives in some portions of Canada and portions of the United States. They're in the negatives. So winter is rolling in, guys, and you can see 60s for Thursday and Friday. We're cooling it off into the 50s and 60s, and you could massive, massive, massive cool down. This is 8 a.m. on Saturday the 30th. High pressure is dominating. These lows look like to be in the 30s, possibly even the 20s in some areas in northern New England. We will have to keep a close eye on this, but you can definitely see very cool temperatures are ahead. You can see lots and lots of clouds building in, but this will clear out. Wind will diminish tonight, which will be leading to some freeze and frost. And you can read more about this in my blog post on wxmedia.blogspot.com tonight. You can see this red. This is a freeze warning for Litchfield County until 9 a.m. Hartford, Holland, parts of New London, parts of Middlesex, parts of New Haven, parts of Fairfield County also have a frost advisory until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So you see all of these clouds. This will be moving on out tonight, and the wind will be diminishing. Let's take a look at the wind right now. Basically, coming off the waters. So where the temperature's at, warm along the shoreline because they're coming off the water. Now let's take a look at the model, more models. You can see this is the NAM model. So you can definitely see no precipitation, but temperatures are, this is actually today, so let's move ahead into Saturday. You could definitely see some precip starting to develop in New York, but then it just dies out. I wouldn't call it lake effect, but it's very close to it. But you can see this storm develops off to the west of us, really not making an impact yet. For Sunday, I'm calling for possible showers. Let's take a look 54 hours out, still dying out, but you can see it regains strength. And if we take a look closer to the end of the loop, look at all of this active moisture. Take a look at the temperatures. Tonight, they're going to be very chilly in the 30s, in the 20s in some areas in northern New England. And we take a roll on into Sunday, really looking very cooler than what it is today. And much warmer, I should say, than it was today. Today was only in the 40s, very, very raw and very, very chilly. Now, this is our website, wxmedia.blogspot.com. Severe weather, you can find everything there. And if you go into the tropical update page, you'll find a link to Richard. And we'll also give you another link to our page, 5-day forecast tracks, satellite computer models, everything you want and need is right here. We also have weather and history up here. Facebook fan page, make sure to join that. Follow us on Twitter, and you can follow me on Twitter at WXmedia, and the current watches and warnings for Connecticut, and advisories. So make sure to check it out, guys. So stay tuned to WX Media. Have a great day.